my son Zach decided to stop playing college football, a sport he played his entire life. It kind of caught us off guard, and it pretty much centered around CTE. So when that happened, I wrote a blog about it 4 years ago. So kind of in tribute to that, I'm going to read it. And it's called I Wish I Had 100 Footballs, which is based on a poem that Zach wrote in elementary school. That's where the title came from. Zachary Paul Hockman, born to Ronald and Sherry, April 23rd, 1997. His proud father already dreaming of what could be. Throwing a football around the house as a toddler was fun and frequent pastime. One of his favorite books was The Little Quarterback. Zach begged and begged to play football as soon as he started grade school, but I said no, not until at least middle school. It's just too dangerous. This is when I realized my little man was going to be just like my big man. Football is life. I decided flag football with the YMCA was a happy compromise. By fourth grade, he had just worn me down. He wanted to play so badly, and I wanted to see him be happy playing. I said to Ron, "Why don't you have Zach join the Green Jackets? Pop Warner." Ron and Zach were elated. Full contact football began in 2006. I thought I understood the risks of physical injury. The concept of keeping him from doing something I knew he loved, that's not what life was about, in my mind anyway. So we played for the Green Jackets from 4th to 7th grade. No matter how many practices, how many weeks it cut the summer short, what the weather conditions were, or how tough the coaches were, it never got too old or too much. Football is life. He played both ways just like his dad, was voted captain of the Penridge football team his senior year just like his dad. He was selected all-league offensive guard just like his dad. Selected all-league linebacker just like his dad. Selected to the county all-star team just like his dad. Chosen as captain of the county all-star team just like his dad. His North squad beat the South squad just like his dad. He walked off the field being named MVP of the last Bucks County All-Star game to be played. An unforgettable night for everyone, especially Zach. Good grades plus being a valuable football player equals many college recruiting visits. The final decision was to play for West Chester University. Zach would be joining some former Penridge teammates at West Chester. The Ram pride lives on. Everything in the house converted from green and white to purple and gold almost overnight. Football is life. He played as a true freshman on special teams and at linebacker, which is kind of rare. Our family couldn't have been prouder. Numerous road trips, we gave Wawa lots of business. We never missed a game. Football is life. His first big play, his first collegiate sack, was against Ron's alma mater, the Millersville Marauders. Where 32 years prior on that same field, Ron's football career came to an unanticipated end due to severe knee injury. Watching his son successfully play on that field that very day felt as though things had come full circle for him. The movie Concussion had been out, and I asked Zach if he saw it. No interest. Zach redshirted his second season due to a knee injury of his own. Sitting out was no fun, but it made him want that time on the field for his next season even more. After another minor surgery, he rehabilitated his knee, hoping to come back faster and stronger. At the end of the season, after a random drug test, the NCAA reported his urine tested positive for a PED, performance-enhancing drug. We appealed the claim by the NCAA, and we won, a rare and almost impossible feat. His name was cleared. Football is life. Redshirt sophomore back playing the game he loved on special teams and at linebacker. Ron became a sideline fixture, taking pictures at every game. It was something of a gift to him. On the field, watching his son play and indirectly being part of the team. Every game he was jumping out of his skin with excitement. You would have thought he was playing himself. More news stories kept coming out about CTE. Other players took note. Use of sarcastic humor about CTE to take the edge off about the risks. Zach began to wonder, what is CTE? But he told no one or asked anyone. His dad was so excited. Fall of 2018 was predicted to be his time. The opportunity to fight for the starting position. Life couldn't get better. Football is life. Zach began having thoughts of how many times he got his bell rung. The flashes, the countless hits. Hard hits, harder hits with moments of confusion. Recollection of the hardest hit lingered in his mind. Difficulty focusing afterwards. Sitting at home in his dark, silent bedroom, bundled under multiple blankets, alone and shivering. He told no one. After all, it was part of the game. But he began researching CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a neurodegenerative disease similar to Alzheimer's. He watched why the NFL should be scared of Chris Borland. This opened his mind and created questions with a desire to learn more. Average hits at the college and professional level impact your brain like you're driving a car 25 to 35 miles per hour into a brick wall, over and over, 900 to 1,500 times per year. Research is showing that CTE isn't caused solely by concussions anymore. It's about repetitive hits to the head. Your brain can only be tested for the disease postpartum, which means when you're dead. There is no cure. Some people get it and some don't. The answers to his questions began to make him contemplate, is it worth it? He told no one. He didn't want anyone to cloud his judgment. He didn't want anyone to feel the pressure of people wanting to know, what did you decide? He didn't want anyone to feel he was implying they should feel or think the same way he did. And so he stayed quiet. The end of winter break. Zach opened up. Mom, if you knew any of this stuff about CTE back when I was little, would you still let me play? My response was, I don't know. Zach then hits me with a barrage of CTE information. Mom, I love the game, but I use my head to play. I always have. I hit with my head and I can't change that. And I've been doing it for 12 plus years already. I'm not athletic enough to do it any other way. In a very genuine moment, only between myself and my son, he said, I don't know what to do. I don't think I can play the game anymore knowing what I know now. I'm not sure what the answer is. What do you think I should do? My response was, you know what you want to do. You just have to say it and you have to make it real. It'll feel like a weight's lifted off your shoulders after you make that decision. And he said, yeah, I know. I just don't want to grow old and not be able to function, have anger problems, or be suicidal. I played football my whole life. I can't imagine not playing, but it's not worth it. Not with those kind of risks. I warned Ron ahead of time what was coming. I knew I had to soften the blow. Ron very emotionally said to me, I love him so much, and it hurts me to see him hurt. We're so similar, but so very different. I mean, I would give anything to be able to put on those pads and be able to play just one more time, and I wouldn't care about the consequences. But I know he's not me. He cares more about himself and his well-being than the game, and that's not a bad thing. Later the following day, Zach sat down in the man cave with Ron. He said, Dad, did Mom tell you? I'm not going to play football anymore. I'm sorry. With his eyes now welling up with tears, Ron replied, I know, Zach. I love you. And I've loved watching you play football all these years. There's been nothing more fun for me than having the opportunity to watch you play ball. But I do understand, and I don't want to see this keep weighing you down. I see how much you have struggled with this decision. Now you can focus on other things, like becoming a really great teacher. Zach looked up and said, but we had a really great run though, didn't we, Dad? As parents, we're proud of his mental strength and fortitude to make such a difficult decision at such a pivotal time in his football career. So many guys quit when the practices become grueling, or they just can't juggle the academics with the athletic demands, or they just aren't getting enough playing time. But not our Zach. As much as it hurts his soul, he's doing what he thinks is best for his physical person in the long run. That simple. He didn't quit. Quitting's the easy way out. This is anything but. There's nothing commonplace about a 20-year-old man making this kind of calculated choice. Since this occurred, Ron has been overcome with emotion to a level he couldn't have imagined. I told him it's like dealing with an unforeseen death, and we'll grieve the loss of something we loved. Our lives have revolved around football for a long time. It's been our identity. But I'd like to believe that things happen for a reason, good and bad. As somber of a time as this is, it's only a prelude for better things to come. Thoughts, dreams, and aspirations of a new today and many more tomorrows. Sadness, maybe, only a football family could understand. Football was life. To live is to change. The end.